Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome, welcome back to the channel. Yes, pump the beat. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yes, we're getting pumped. We're gonna tell you guys about our workout this morning. Something that you guys can do, but then also we're gonna get into what we really want to get into here. Is the federal fund rate? Is it gonna get lowered? Is it going to stay the same? Well, we're going to look at some figures. We're going to look at some speculation on if possibly they do a surprise cut and everyone gets bamboozled, because we were thinking it was just going to stay the same because of this this figure here for the CME Fed Watch, where it says 97% that it's just going to stay the same. So let's get into it, guys. Remember, smash up the like, hit the subscribe button, and ding the bell to be notified when we go live, because you do not want to miss this juicy content. Welcome, everyone. I see people coming in, and we're getting buff Doge right now. And we need to get buff Doge because, guys, basically, I don't know if this was one of the dumbest things we've ever done, but we went long ETH. But I've just been thinking that because ETH has been trashed on so bad, and everyone's been like, it is just underperforming, which is true. I'm not denying that fact that ETH has been doing kind of terrible, but there's just something telling me instinctually in my intuition that ETH is going to pump it. And I don't know what's going to do it. Maybe the ETFs, maybe this upgrade, this Pectra network upgrade that just happened. Maybe ETH goes to 10K a little sooner than we think, because we really do think it's going to go to 10K, you know? So we went long. But then also, we've been going long Pokemon cards. So we've been seeing the trend on Pokemon coming back almost just like it was like pre-COVID, almost like kind of right in the COVID era. And then also back when it first came out in 99, 2000. So this is crazy how I'm feeling those same vibes. And it's really cool that my daughter's into it right now. Like, I didn't force her to be into Pokemon. She was like, okay, yeah, I like this. These are cool. I mean, the art is awesome. The cards look really great. And I also kept a lot of my old collection, you know, so she has some of my old cards. She has some new cards. She's getting into the different evolutions of these cards. But yeah, during a bonus portion of the stream, we are going to be opening up a fresh tin, and we're going to open up one pack. Because we got to save the other packs for the kiddo, of course. But yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to get nerdy. We're going to open up a pack of Pokemon cards, and we're going to check the charts, baby. But thank you for being here. And I think it's appropriate because, you know, from all the news, because of the Pokemon on Sui, possibly, there's a company that's affiliated with the Pokemon game and the Pokemon app. I think it's called Pokemon Home or something like that. So whatever that app is, that company is partnered up with the Sui Foundation. And then, you know, there's going to be there is already the Sui OX Play mobile device that's kind of like a gaming mobile device that looks like a Steam Deck, but it's full Sui brand. It's going to have a Sui gaming marketplace on there and also Epic Game Marketplace. So possibly some Pokemon something on there. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be some NFTs. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy, but I love that Pokemon's playing along. We have Grand Theft Auto that's possibly going to be playing along with the release date that is going to be next year. I think that's going to come sooner than we think. I mean, we're already in May 7th for this, you know, federal, fund rate decision, and on schedule for being May 7th. And then we got another one on June 18th. So we're expected to have 3 cuts by the end of the year. And there's now, including today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not including today, that means there's 5 more meetings where in any of those meetings, we don't know which meeting is going to have one of those 3 cuts. So we just know it has been speculated that there is supposed to be at least 3 cuts, whether it be each 25 basis points, maybe one of them being more aggressive, being 50, but we'll see what happens. But I think we're going to have the decision coming in a little before 2 o'clock or at 2 o'clock when we have the actual meeting. So that's in 2 hours. So I don't know if we're going to be streaming up till that point. But if you are with me for however long we're going to be streaming, I appreciate all the time. And so let's get into what is currently happening right now on the charts. So Bitcoin last night started pumping. And so I thought to myself, even though I know there could be a potential that we could run tomorrow, we could also dump. So what I did is I took profits. I took profits on my Bitcoin long and also on the Walrus long. And we just thought to ourselves, okay, and this was around like 10:30. So if you were looking at the charts and you were looking at all the action last night, it was happening during, I guess, Asian market, hours. We had some, the volatility come in. So maybe I think there was a push possibly to liquidate the shorts. We had probably, some shorts that needed to be liquidated up in the range at a top of the range. Because we told you guys, this price action that's been happening it's basically just been ranging, like you can see that there was a clear range that was kind of bouncing around and bing bonging. I think this was it right here, because you could see how there was just clear ranges where it was just like bouncing around between this 93, 95, and once we were able to fully clear 95 here again, because we got to push up, and then we had that double, you could see kind of a definitely bearish divergence in the chart here. You see where it kind of trends, it goes tops here, trends down, but it's opposite in reverse on the chart. So then you can see where that brought us back down right into the trading range that they've been bing-bonging and shaking us around. So then we got the push last night, and now I think it's looking strong. I think it's actually looking pretty good. It on the 45-minute in the short-term time frame here. I think the fact that we were able to hold strong pumping on these candles, look, I mean, we had a really, really nice pump last night, but it was actually sustained. So what I did is I could probably show you on the chart. Because I had an entry down here, and I took profit right here, like around 97 something, because I knew it was going to go back down. I was like, okay, if it pumped that hard, just kind of like really, wouldn't say unexpectedly, but it definitely went up pretty fast. So I took some profits, and then you can see here where it wicked down, back down, where other people probably took profits as well. And then you can see where we tested up again. We weren't able to hold it, but right now we're sitting at just at a 50-50 point. So it's really hard to tell, because with FOMCs, there's always volatility, and the nature of this is because of these rates are dictating how millions and billions of dollars are going to be moved around between the banks, between issuing loans, between how much everything is going to really cost over the next however long. Because if they're going to keep the rates the same, if they're going to literally not cut rates at all, and they're going to hold hawkish and kind of tight, and still and actually not quantitative ease and then lower the rates and make it easier for business to flow, then that could send a bearish signal into the market, and we could have a sell-off, and then that could be another max pain event. That the Feds, if they don't play nice, then they could do this. But there's something that I've been realizing when I'm analyzing how the Trump team has been negotiating, doing their deals, and playing really, really, really. They're playing some chess here. And so I think with the Fed, they're probably going to do the same, where they're like, look, guys, I mean, you just don't, you ain't gonna cut the rates sooner than later, you might get cut. Like your whole job and what you're doing might get cut. That's what they've been. Trump's kind of signaled that he's like, I'm not. He's like, I'm not very happy with Jerome. I'm not very happy. I call him Jerome, late Jerome Powell. He's always late. He's always late. Whilst everyone else is cutting rates all around the world, he's late and at the detriment of the American people. Famous Production says, let me tell you, I think they're going to cut the rates today. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking too. I like being on the side that, hey, they might just do a surprise cut. Who knows? They might do a surprise cut. That would be cool. But it's a 97% chance that they don't. There's 2.3% chance, but this is crazy though. One time, the percentage chance just went like switched and was like 50-50. It was like, wait a second. Then it was like 50%. I remember this happening either a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly when it happened. But I remember it was like the percentage it completely switched. It was a guarantee that it was going to be this. And then, so we have some time. All right, Emmanuel said, what I like is that the U.S. promised not to default on their debt, so they are going to increase the debt ceiling. Yeah, that's exactly. They're just like, okay, so if we can't get it out, we have to the whole thing is just to print more money. We just keep raising it. We're just like, all right, let's just keep anteing it up. So it seems like they will lower the rates, print more money, and quote, get their, I don't know, soft landing or something. But our soft landing is being in Bitcoin. A hard landing would be us being completely sidelined out of the market. And that's kind of how you have to think about it. So if you want to have a soft landing in your retirement investment or your 10-year plan, your 15-year plan, then you need to be invested into one of the best performing asset classes in the world. And I personally have done my research, so I feel like Bitcoin and certain cryptocurrencies are what is some of the top assets to invest in. So since over the past 12 years, Bitcoin's having cycles and liquidity cycles in the markets, Bitcoin has proven that it just follows global liquidity. And so then that means it is the best representation of how these central banks work, and they just print the fiat cash, and they have to finagle around with the interest rates, and eventually the money has to go somewhere because they know if they don't do anything with it or they put it in the stock market, which is rigged as well, then they do that. Where do you think how do you think all these Democrats and Republicans too? It's not just Democrats. Republicans do it too. But these people that are in Congress and in political positions that have insider information, why do you think with their salaries, with most of their salaries are average 150 a year or something like that? Or it's supposed to be 150, I think some, maybe the top more prestige, like political positions, put probably like 200K. But it might be more. But that's a year. And then you got to think about the lifestyles they live and their expenses. So it doesn't mean that they are necessarily should be rolling in millions of dollars. But the difference is that they get insider information like Nancy Pelosi and I'm sure, and you could probably go down the list, you could, I think there's a website too. There's a website where you could track all of the insider traders of these people, and they end up making a net worth of $60 million, $70, $100 million. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Cabrera, the Don. I'll just call you Don. I like saying Cabrera too. French Toaster. We got French Toaster in the house. Shout out to French Toaster. And then we got Famous Productions too. Famous Productions. Let's go. All right, so let's see. Let's check on the ETH trade. The ETH trade scares me. Every time I feel like I go long on ETH just disappoints me. And so I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is, where I'm like, okay, if Bitcoin is going to pump off this, where we get a surprise rate cut. Maybe they don't cut the rates today, but Jerome Powell says something so bullish. He's like, well, I mean, I've told the banks this whole time they can do Bitcoin. I don't know why they're completely under the law now to be able to custodian Bitcoin for people. What are you talking about? Because you guys remember one of the questions that was asked afterwards was, can banks now can they hold and custodian crypto assets like Bitcoin, whatever, Bitcoin, ETH, whatever, like go down the list of what is like on Venmo, like easiest thing that you can think of what banks are going to adopt as the cryptos that they are going to hold, go to Litecoin. Yep. Litecoin. That would be the list. So like, I know Solana has been added as a payment rail on PayPal. So I know that now you can have Solana, Litecoin. I think you can have Bitcoin Cash on PayPal as well. I'll have to look. And then PayPal, they have their stable coin, they have their PYUSD. And then now you have to think about the XRP. You have to think about XRP and their stable coin. They have the RLUSD, which now is who have they partnered with? It was a big exchange. It was Gemini. That's what it was. Yeah, Gemini. If we look up about Gemini, and was this the top news today? Yeah, we want to go through some of the top news as well. We want to keep that up too. There's a couple different things we want to keep up, but yeah, the XRP RLUSD is now you can send it on Gemini. So XRP RLUSD Gemini. See if we can get a quick little link up here. Okay, yeah, so XRP just plugged its stablecoin into Gemini. The RLUSD is now live on one of the most regulated exchanges in the United States. So it's another step toward full-scale adoption, built on XRPL, the XRPL ledger, backed by Ripple. Okay, so could be something big, Could be something big. My price target for XRP is not as insane as like what the XRP army likes to call for. I think a conservative $5 with some heavy resistance at that point is doable, and then from there, it's just hard to tell. I think $5 from here is pretty conservative and fair. I think from $5 to $7 could be the peak, and you could still make a good return. But you just have to look at the chart and look at what happened every time we've had peaks and we've had, quote, our bear markets for altcoins. It's always kind of been better to hold Bitcoin during those times than something like XRP, because it's tough. I mean, ask an XRP holder how tough it's been to be an XRP. It took 7 years. Like people in crypto don't have that kind of patience. 7 years. People are gambling on like, is it crappers and want like instant cash in a day. So 7 years for the goldfish crypto person. Yeah. But if you're thinking about long-term play, long-term hold, then XRP, I think, like, if you're willing to be, and if you can sell, you have to be willing to kind of scoop some off the top. Look at the chart. You can't have the XRP army convincing you that it's going to go to $100, because then when you don't sell at $5 and it goes all the way back down to your entry, you're going to go, damn it. Oh, you're going to be so mad. And you're going to be so mad. I've done that with Cardano. I'm just telling you, like, personal experience. I did this with Cardano. I DCA'd and believed and made myself say, I'm not going to sell until it's blah, blah, blah. And you have some price. And you're like, and you get kind of convicted. You end up marrying the coin. You end up becoming part of the whatever Cardano, whatever it is. If you're the XRP army, or the Cardano, or if you're the H Barbarian, whatever you want to call it, whatever the group is, There's some in that group that will be so tribal that they're like, if you sell, you're not part of you don't have diamond hands, bro. And then it's kind of this slippery slope where you're like, well, okay, and then whilst the chart's getting destroyed and it's bleeding into Bitcoin, you end up becoming a community bag holder. And it's sad, but it happens. It happened to me with Cardano. Like I said, I was DCAing this damn thing from 40 cents to 50 cents to 60 cents to $1 DCAing. And then I was like, and everyone was calling for a $5 Cardano because of smart contracts. And there was going to be a Binance Smart Chain type DeFi summer happening on Cardano. And guess what? It was a big nothing burger and it didn't do anything. It was like, meh. It was like, nut. And then Cardano sold off. And it has not gotten back to its all-time highs still. So I could have sold at least half of the dang thing. But I was too late. I was also new coming into the space. This was like early 2021. I was just exploring buying altcoins. I had started buying Bitcoin. I bought a little Ethereum. I was downloading the apps. I was trying to figure out like what the heck, what is Polkadot? Like what is Chainlink? I thought Chainlink was the coin that you had to use for all crypto to be able to swap. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Chainlink. Okay, so you need Chainlink to swap for, and then I was on Trust Wallet looking like, I was like, okay, so I need ETH to pay the gas to swap. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. And then I was like, okay. But this was like way early. This was like when everything was kind of coming, like it was all DeFi coming out. I came in right in the drop of like Ivan Coffee Morning, go, like January 2021. And oddly enough, that's when we discovered XYO. It's where we discovered XYO. And some of our favorite altcoins that we still look at today, like Polygon, XYO, Dogecoin. AVAX and stuff like that. Yeah, just... All right, so let's see what happened. News-based top crypto news today. We got Ethereum's Pectra upgrade, which we were talking about. Ethereum activated its Pectra upgrade on the mainnet today. This upgrade introduces smart accounts, higher staking limits, and improved scalability through key Ethereum improvement proposals. It's a significant step for the Ethereum evolution, enhancing smart contract functionality and network efficiency, which the big boys, like all the banks, the institutions, and the hedge funds, and the things, and all these companies that are going to be built around crypto liquidity are going to use Ethereum too. And it's the second highest cryptocurrency by market cap, and I think there has always been the talk. When is Ethereum going to get flipped by something? Well, I'm sure that all these coins are going to be getting really, really close to getting up to where Ethereum's value is. But I think the moment that it even gets right there, I think Ethereum, that's when it's going to surprise everyone. And then it goes like this. And it just keeps... and it solidifies its dominance still as the second top altcoin because of the nature of what could be coming down the pipe here. We got the ETF. We got the chart that no one wants you to see. Like I showed you, we have the chart that no one wants you to see. You just go to the weekly or the daily. You go to I think it's the weekly. Go to the weekly Bitstamp chart. And this is the chart they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see this. Let me make it big for you. Let me make it full screen. They do not want you to see this chart. Make sure it's logged. Okay, yep. They do not want you to see that chart, my friends. This is the chart. That's the ETH target. I think going into 2026, we could be looking at between $10,000 and $15,000 Ethereum. And the smell, I keep saying the smell, like the smell on crypto Twitter is going to be so atrocious. I love saying, imagine the smell. People are going to be so mad because they're going to be massively sidelined this whole time. They got gaslit to parrot and what everyone else is saying. Even Lark was like, I've convinced all... CryptoFace even was like, I convinced all my friends to sell their ETH into blah, blah, blah. What are you going to tell those friends when ETH goes to $9,000 and breaks all-time high? What are you going to tell those people? Because they're going to come back to you and be like, what is wrong with you? But I'm not telling you to buy anything. This is what I'm doing. I'm just putting my money where my mouth is. I am hopefully... am not super wrong with this, but I have this feeling that Ethereum is going to get that same play that Bitcoin just had with the ETF flows, with the institutional adoptions, adoptions. Yeah. NFTs. Remember, NFTs are coming back. You got all these NFTs that are pushing their IPs and their brands like crazy, Pudgy Penguins. It's going to be a lot of ETH traffic. And then we got something that is pretty interesting. Let's just say the least, is that Richard Hart, he finally made a video. He was hinting that he was going to make a video. I wonder if he made it with that. The only thing is I don't like he uses black background and then wore a black shirt, so it literally just looks like he's just like a floating head. So Richard, if you're watching this live stream, just wear a different color shirt, like kind of like offset it just a little bit because it looks like you're just a floating head. So just let's fix that. But he explained in this video, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I reposted it. That he has been the only one, and with software being served. So it was him and also the names. So software being served in court. He won against the SEC. They didn't dismiss the case. They didn't drop the case. It was just that he actually won against them. So this could be a huge win for just the entire ecosystem, as in how you can run different protocols as long as, however the program and however it's being done on PulseX, Hex, and Pulse Chain, that the SEC acknowledge that it's not a security and that it can be ran as code, math, free speech. So this could be a big win for Ethereum. But yeah, check out this video. Kind of goes into it. I think we got about halfway through. We still got to watch the rest. But just to let you guys know, it's really interesting that this whole time, we're the attention and what Binance promotes and what CoinMarketCap puts as the top trending coins or whatever you want to call it. It's all like attention grabbing, kind of scammy stuff that has thin liquidity, and that it's just a meme that only lasts for maybe a couple months and then no one cares about it anymore. And then when we go to the AI tokens, you think how much they propped up AI tokens, which was just vaporware fluff stuff, and most of those tokens went down 100%. Mostly a month or two after the listing, and they pump it real quick on the first day. You get no time if you're trying to trade on the exchanges to get a good entry, because before then, you got to think they've had the entry already, and then they dump it 90%. So why is it that this whole time, even for these few, 3 years, there's been all the attacks on Richard Hart. No one wanted to really help him. Everyone's dogging him. If I mentioned him, they're like, oh my God. If I mentioned it on stream like last year or the year before, people were like, oh man, don't get into Pulse. Like, and people were saying that it was like, that it was hard to get to bridge into it. And I was like, no, it's not. And like, I'm not going to call myself an expert, but I mean, I'm pretty, at least fairly versed and being able to move around stuff, transfer, kind of know how to bridge or certain things that I can use and do to get off and on ramp on whatever. And it's like, it's not that hard. I feel like it was just like this false sense of not being able to figure it out. Like, oh, I can't figure it out. Like it was, so then you wouldn't go into the ecosystem. So I've just started to think to myself, was it this whole time? Oh, Emmanuel said, my girlfriend is asking, are we going up on ETH? Yeah, I know. My wife is always asking me because she started DCAing ETH on her wallet, and she's just like, babe, just win. Just win. And I say, please, just hold on. Just please be patient. Be patient. Please be patient. Because I really, if you think about it, ETH under 2K, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I know. It really is kind of like it. It's one of those things that you're just like, wow, okay, like what? Like really, has it taken that? Like, have we really had this many red months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? That's insane. Okay. So, and this is all during what the Trump pump and the everything, it's just like, wow, oh my gosh. But we did get some action here, pre, this was the Trump pump here, but then it's just, we thought it would do a lot better. Then that's okay. But I think from here, we're going to go to all-time highs. And we got to remember that as much as we like to think that your altcoins are decoupled from Bitcoin, they're not. If Bitcoin is doing well, everything else does well. And it makes Ethereum do well. When Ethereum does well, we've explained this in the last live stream where we broke down a pretty good analysis of a macro trend from previous cycles on altcoin seasons. We had a true altcoin season in 2017. We had a altcoin DeFi summer in 2021 where we had the runs, and those were the best examples of where we had this. You can see it. So where we had peak prices, we had, so there was another one right here. It was before 2017. We had the 2014, because 2012, then you go in halving year, then we have this one right here in 2017, and then we had 2018. This is total cryptocurrency trendline market cap here too, which ultimately is, including with Bitcoin's run, Ethereum doing well, and then also speculative assets on the native chain doing really, really well. Now, when you look at this chart, you can see that we, at those points right here, we trade in under the fair value line, and then it takes a little bit, but we pump. So if we were to compare from this point going under the fair value line and then coming back up, we're doing it right here. We went up, we got rug pulled by the industry. I think we were over leveraged and we were rug pulled during this time. This is why we never got up to the green line, which would have made sense on this regression or on this trend line. Or yeah, logarithmic regression. Yeah. I think we were due for the upper band to at least get us up into kind of where we were at right here, to match that upper band, or at least be between total market cap and upper band where it was at. So now I think if you're going to follow the trend and what we've done before and how it kind of matches, because if you look at how 2017 is, it's fairly similar to how we could react this year. And this is what Benjamin Cohen has actually been saying too. And then I thought, okay, let me kind of look at it myself and think, okay, that makes sense. It makes sense with the total cryptocurrency market cap. It makes total with how 2017 and 16 kind of reacted, because it took a little bit after the halving year, on the halving year, to kind of get it going, but it still performed well. And then 2017, you can see after April, we started to freaking cook. I mean, it was like going. And then we just had a cool off in September. There was no sell in May, go away. I think it was like, it actually probably was pretty decent. And then, maybe we'll look, say, was it a sell in May, go away during that point? I don't know where my, oh, there it goes. As we look at Bitcoin, and we can go to in 2017, like how was May looking on the month? March, April. I mean, May looked actually pretty good. May looked actually pretty good. That's why I think like if we can correlate it for how that cycle, because if you think from 2017, 16, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's a 10-year split. So now we could be coming into it's not like a 4-year cycle, it's like a 10-year cycle. So now we're getting so much data with Bitcoin and how it's reacted with global liquidity, which is represented in this chart right here, global liquidity coming in right here. Sorry, not that one. Go back. Yeah, global M2 pinching up. And then here's the global M2 with the Bitcoin. It's always kind of correlated with that. So yeah, I think we could see 2017, how May was 52%, June 10, 17, July, and then look in August, 65%. I'm thinking, guys, we get May really cooking, June we get cooking, and then we're going to be at $150,000 by September. That's my price prediction for Bitcoin, is us getting up to this point right here. That's my target range. It's right in here. And this is kind of short-term range. If we can just break these resistance points right here, get in that range, and then a little supply squeeze is going to be coming. We got that range to break, and then we're going to be in all brand new territory. And people think that ETH isn't going to pump at that point. I mean, gosh, I think at this point, I mean, it's got to do something. So, but I think we'll be in good hands. I think we'll be in good hands. But we still have to see what the Fed does. We have to see what the Fed does. That's going to do something. But I appreciate you guys coming in and hitting the like button. It'd be cool if we got some Pokemon fans in here. Let's go Pokemon. Maybe we can pull up some news about the Pokemon Sui thing. All right, so let's keep going down the news. U.S. Democrats target Trump's crypto ventures. So the U.S. Democrat lawmakers are intensifying scrutiny on President Donald Trump's involvement in the meme coin and the crypto projects. And it is kind of funny when Trump's asked about the coin. He's like, "Oh, it's doing well. I didn't notice." I'm like, man. He's like, my NFT team handles it, and I mean, I believe it's doing well. He's like, I haven't seen how much money it's made. So they're going to introduce the modern emoluments and I can't even say that word. Enforcement Act. That sounds terrible. The Meme Act. That's just okay. The Meme Act. To prevent federal officials from profiting via meme coins, a subcommittee inquiry is also underway to curb Trump's ability to benefit from these ventures. But what they might do, though, with something like this, because maybe you do agree, maybe you're like, okay, the president or whoever shouldn't be launching a meme coin, but what they'll do is sneak something in there that makes it to where you can't launch anything. And then they are controlling your ability to have your, quote, free speech online. So that's where it can get a little slippery. Because if the president can't launch a meme coin, you most certainly cannot as well. So that's kind of where it gets a little dicey. New Hampshire greenlights state crypto investments. So New Hampshire has become the latest U.S. state to allow crypto investments for state funds, signaling growing institutional acceptance of digital assets. This move could set a precedent for other states to follow. Precedent, not president, precedent. Crypto market overview. Crypto global market cap is at $3 trillion as of today. Is it at $3 trillion? Okay. We need to go to coin market cap. See where we're at. Wow, we are. Okay, market cap is at 3 trillion. Okay. Have the percentages changed on this? I would love it for it to go 50-50 to just fake everyone out. Let's see. Let's go back to Grok. Where did we have Grok? Okay, right here. Okay. What else do we have? We have regulatory shifts. The regulatory environment for crypto is easing under the Trump administration. Federal banking regulators recently withdrew guidance that restricted banks' crypto interactions, signaling a friendlier stance for mainstream adoption. Okay, I have told you guys this. You are going to see Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, all the big banks. They are going to have in their application, in their online mobile banking, where you can, just like how Venmo and PayPal and Cash App and all these apps have already done it, you are going to be able to hold crypto in your bank, and they're going to custodian it for you. Okay, so that means they need to buy crypto. That means they need to have reserves, just like they're supposed to have cash reserves. And if the banks want to get that sweet Coinbase type fees, the 2 point whatever percent they take for your freaking for your transactions everywhere, if they want those sweet fees, oh my God, they're gonna jump on this train. They're gonna jump on it, because think about the fees that they make off of just cash. By just all the stuff, all the things that they have. Like there's the fee structure is crazy. So this is what the normies are going to end up doing, is getting exposure through their bank, or people that are just not going to, quote, download a wallet or whatever. It's just going to be seamless. It's just going to be like, we'll hold your Bitcoin. But if you want to move it around or send it or whatever, they're actually going to get the fees. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And Michael Saylor said this too, where he's like, look, when the banks start like kind of you can't beat them, join them type of mentality, which they're going to eventually have to do, it's going to be wild. This is where I think the squeezes on the supply of Bitcoin, no one's telling you about this. Maybe a few, but there is something happening where the exchange, the amount of Bitcoin that exchanges actually have, it's going down. The more that people are buying and the whales are buying, they're sending it off and holding it in cold storage, which you should have some Bitcoin in cold storage. There's not many things I would directly say like you absolutely have to do, but I think that is like something that I've learned over time, where that is a good practice to have some Bitcoin in cold storage, knowing that like, okay, like this is mine. I have it on chain. If something happens, I know that I can get another one of these devices and download the seed phrase on this, and I can still access it, and then, be able to, see and know that my Bitcoin is still on chain. Even without the device, you can still see that your Bitcoin's on chain, but knowing that you have the seed phrase, you can get into this, send it somewhere, but it makes you feel like you're like, here's my bank, here's my new bank, my new digital bank in cyberspace, and this is signaling for the next revolution of money. And you're taking part of it by doing so, by taking those steps to then say, we were made and kind of almost forced to go into having these banks, and these banks take advantage of us, and we should be, like, the banks are supposed to be serving us, like not us serving the banks. And that's how it's always been. It's always been like that. Like the banks have always acted like they're serving us, but they don't at all. They charge us money, and then if we really want it, and they have control over your money once you give it to them. Once you give it to them, it's not your money anymore, it's their money. That's why they're able to lend it out on interest. And guess what? You don't get paid for it. So you're putting your money in their bank, and they're lending it out, and they don't pay you for it. But if you're 50 cents negative in your account, you bet your butt they're going to charge you $35 as for negative balance fee. Oh, if a bill comes and doesn't clear, and they try and take it out, and you don't have enough money in there, they'll charge you $40, 100%. So I think that's what Bitcoin's all about. Crypto, that's what crypto and Bitcoin is all about. You start to think, dang, I could exit completely out of the banking system if I wanted to. You can go full Jack Mallers style. But thanks for being here, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's up, Ozzy? Shout out to Headband High. Let's go. Davin said, check out Toshi. Okay, yeah. So I know there was like that's a base meme. If you guys are wondering what Toshi is a base meme. They did list Toshi on Coinbase, which I think is crazy that they listed Toshi and like Mooding and like all these coins that haven't done even near what Brett has done. It's pretty crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But you can see after the Coinbase listing, like literally all it took was one day, and it dumped. Coinbase listing, dump. That's sad, because it's like, you think about it. Look, it lists on January the 23rd, 24th. Literally only 3-4 days later, it wicks up and scams people, and then look at this. And then it's just down from there. So retail thinks, Toshi? Okay, cool. And then it's like, wah. Yeah, something I've mentioned with Brett. It's like Brett was able to really do some damage, and it showed some strength and some resilience. One of the few meme coins out of last year and the year before that, and I'd actually say last year, that sponsored some very high dollar events to get their brand out and to get the name out. It was like a boat race somewhere in Monaco, like high dollar stuff, and they were trying to put their name in that brand, and that, the blue toad everywhere. Yeah, it fascinates me. I'm like, wow, how the hell has Coinbase not listed this thing yet? But as you can see, you don't really need Coinbase. It's still doing pretty well without a Coinbase listing. So, and then you see what they do with the Coinbase listing. I mean, but that was lined up with after the everything dumping, so I can't give it too much of a hard time, because you got to remember everything after December, January was technically the top, and most things went down. So everything got affected pretty much at that point. All right, Ozzy says, let me pull this chat. I like the chat. I can like barely see it. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right, Ozzy said, in Australia, banks are stopping you from putting your own money into exchanges. They are calling it a possible fraudulent transaction. Oh, yeah, they do that here too. But what you have to tell them is that it's not. And then you clear it, and then you just have to tell them. But maybe in Australia it's different. They're just like, yeah, no, we're not going to do it at all. Yeah, it's a little tricky. That's actually what stopped a friend, just a friend of mine. I was saying, hey, yeah, just start kind of getting a little bit of exposure. Download these particular wallets. You're holding it in your own wallet. You can do it in exchange as well. And then when he tried to use his card, and I don't know if he was using a credit card, whatever it is, credit card, debit card, they're going to think it's mostly a fraudulent transaction at first. And that's what's happened to me many times. And that's actually what stops people too from just getting down the investment journey in crypto, because they're like, well, I tried to do it and it didn't work, and then they'll go months without buying any, and all the while, that time that they were going to buy was the dip, and and then it starts going up, and you start to think, dang. But that's why DCA is always the way. DCA is always the way. The dollar cost average strategy has beaten every single strategy of trying to time the market, try to trade the market, trying to leverage trade, all the stuff. Just DCAing and getting a dollar cost averaged price on your investments has outperformed everything. And having a diversified portfolio where it's 70%, 80% Bitcoin and the rest is altcoins, that also has outperformed every portfolio that's been too heavy altcoins, and then also too heavy all Bitcoin, because then you think you miss out on the altcoin gains if you just all in Bitcoin. So you have a little bit of exposure in the skin in the game. These are just some things and little nuggets that I've learned over time that actually is the truth. And the people that know it the best are who were in the previous bull market cycle before us, before 2021. They were in the 2017, 2018 cycle, and they learned their lesson coming into the next cycle, because then they were like, wow, okay, so if I do need some exposure to altcoins, but I don't need 50%, 60% exposure, and then all the time, and then losing track of what I'm valued in sats, in Bitcoin value. Because now we've seen over the past 10, 12, 14 years that it's been an exponential growth market and network effect of Bitcoin, with more mining, more hash rate, more institutional adoption, more fundamentals, and the tokenomics of the project being sound. It's math. And so, what's going on, Kenneth? What's going on? Shout out to Kenneth Lodge. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, it's so this is I don't know what the point I was trying to make. But I just hope today they give us some nice news. I don't, if they signal that they're going to be super hawkish and just kind of like be like really, really stand strong on trying to delay the rate cuts, then that will that could send some bearish tone through the markets, and then we get a quick little dump and Bitcoin could just start going down really fast. It's happened before. It's happened before. They love doing it. They could really just, I mean, if they want to, they'll range us right now between 97 and 95. Now we're in this range. Now we're just, I was saying, look, they're going to bounce us around between here, these trade ranges, boom, 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 shake, shake. And then once we got up here, we established another trade range, basically the next tier, second tier trade range. Because now we have price structure up here. We got some nice green candles to the upside, dancing around, and we're just waiting to break resistance at 97 right here if we can push up. So it could be that we could get a squeeze, and then the obvious next target, I mean, if it squeezes from here, it's 100K today. By the way, this is my call, because sometimes when it does that and it squeezes and it pops, it probably could go to 100K really fast. Like it could go to 100K today. Right after right on whatever the decision is going to be, it could pop. But then also they could send it right down into this level again, right from where it just pumped last night, 95.4. That it looks like it could be what they do to us right now. They just kind of, we can see these previous levels right here. They could be eyeing it. Yeah, it's Trump versus Powell, I think. Trump is already, like we said, Trump said he is not happy. And whenever Trump is saying that he's not happy with someone, it's not very far. Doesn't take long for them to get fired or to be removed from their position. I think everyone that Trump has said that publicly has lost their job or has resigned or they resigned or they were like, so it seems like Powell might end up bending the knee to Trump because then it could potentially save his career. Because if anything, I feel like if Jerome Powell has the personality that I think he has, because he seems real pompous. I don't know why. He just seems very pompous, and that he's just like that. He could potentially have a power trip. Davin said he bought his New York wife a case of Prismatic Evolution for Mother's Day. I need a pump. Let's go. Yeah, we're actually going to be opening up some Pokemon cards. We're still doing that, and we have a really cool little setup here. See, we're going to open them up right here, and we're gonna try and be like those Pokemon streamers where they're like, no! We figured it'd be fun today. It'd be fun to do that. We're getting back in it. We're getting back in, so we're having some fun. Yeah, so we got the 10. We're only opening up one pack, as you can see. And we'll show the color. The color on this other camera is terrible, but we have Stellar Crown, and these are the Scarlet and Violet packs. We have Surging Sparks, and then we have Temporal Forces. So you guys are going to choose which one. You guys are going to choose which one we open. We're going to open one. We're just going to open one of those packs. So we got Stellar Crown, Temporal Forces, and Surging Sparks. I had to go to Target and get this early. I went to Target early this morning with my daughter before we went to school because she was like, "We gotta beat the scalpers." It's funny. She said she was gonna grapple. She's like, "I'm gonna grappling hook these guys." That was so funny. I was like, you're too cute. You're too cute. Powell needs a large bullish McTrump combo. Yeah. He needs the Trump Big Mac. Let's see if the percentage has changed. Nope, still 97%. We have an hour and 47 minutes till the decision. So it's just a long, draggy thing that they like to do. It's like they know. It's like, why do they have to wait till 2 o'clock? Like, just come on. Just give us the freaking news. Give us the news. Give us the juice, baby. I gotta make sure I don't want I got my hands. I don't want my hands to be sweaty. I want to make sure these cards don't get damaged. It's so in sometimes because if you have a pristine card, it looks clean. It's crazy how much these are going for, especially if you get like an ultra rare. Man, we're getting nerdy, baby. We're getting super nerdy. All right, so the Federal Open Market Committee is today. Wildly expected, the result is no rate cut, okay? So with the federal funds rate remaining at the 4.25%, 4.5 range, this expectation is based on multiple sources, okay? So market sentiment predictions. We have citing 99% chance of rates staying unchanged. Reuters reports the economists overwhelmingly predict no rate cut. CME Fed Watch, it's just, yeah. So it obviously across the board, it has been that they are not going to cut the rates just yet. And it could have been because of all that different economic data that came out that was lagging data from over the past 6 months to a year, or probably even longer than that. And then all that data came out with the jobs, you got the GDP, then you have all the tariff stuff. Tariff. So the tariff this is what they might be doing. The Fed might be just like, hey, we're not cutting or doing anything until we know what the negotiations are with the tariffs. I kind of just thought about this now. I was like, okay, that makes sense. The Feds are probably just like, if we don't know what the deals are going to be, and if we're going to make a deal with China, if we're going to actually solidify these deals, then we're not doing anything. So it could be that they're playing chess as well. They're like, hey, yeah, we'll let you finish that tariff stuff up, then we'll assess how we're going to cut the rates. That could be how they're playing this game. Which makes sense, because how are they supposed to plan monetary policy through the next 4 years if there's no solid we don't know what the plan is for the tariffs, or at least not fully. We know at least the overarching plan is to get business back into America, incentivize these countries that we've been paying to then now pay us, and it might be switching the tone a little bit, but it takes some time. As Trump said, you have to be patient. We're also trying to be patient as well. We're trying to practice patience, DCAing. Yeah, the ETH trade is not looking too good. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do, because I'm already down on here. We're just going to do this. We're going to flash close that. Marty Party made a good observation in trading. He said, if you're down 5% on a trade, get out. That 5% was already enough of your invalidation that you were wrong on your entry, and you should reassess. And so That could be the difference of you not getting fully, completely liquidated. You then you basically forced yourself to take a stop loss at 10%, which is not bad. It's like, it's okay. Because then if you are then still right in ETH, say, or whatever coin you just got into after news of the FOMC and all this stuff, and you can get a pretty good entry because then it starts flying, then you're all right. You're going to make that $15 or whatever, however much you just lost right back. And then you can even, right as it's running, set a break even stop loss or set it and take profit. And that's how you can reassess the trade. It might crash and go down hard, but a lot of the times it does it really fast and it wicks. So if you're going to try and short it, you use the same principle, just on the other side of the market. Like you were shorting, and then you wanted to do the same thing. So you just on the inverse, same principle, same rules. You're just adding those levels of risk management. You're trailing your stop loss. Smash up the like if that helps. I see we got 10 likes so far. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get some Pokemon people in here. That's what we were thinking, that if we put Pokemon in the title, that we would get a fresh batch of people that are bullish Pokemon cards. And yet we did say that we were going to pull up some news on the Sui and Pokemon collab information. Let's see. We should deep search it. All right, the Sui and Pokemon collaboration rumors, and here's the key information. So the Mistin Labs, that's the team behind the Sui blockchain. So acquired by Parasol Technologies, a Web3 gaming infrastructure company focused on blockchain-based gaming tools, marketplace, and NFTs. So the Pokemon Home, okay, so I was right. Pokemon Home, a cloud-based service for storing and transferring Pokemon across games, updated its privacy policy. The update listed Parasol Technologies as the new developer authorized to receive user data in certain regions, which English, Spanish, French, German, Italian versions, but not Japanese, Korean, or Chinese. This change was not formally announced, but was noticed by gaming and blockchain communities because we love speculating. We like to find the little Easter eggs. And when someone found that, they were like, there's going to be Pokemon Sui. So the Sui Foundation published a blog post announcing Parasol's launch of blockchain-based trading cards, Capillary Fusion, and Code of Joker Evolutions on the Sui blockchain. Okay, so they're already launching trading card games on the Sui blockchain. Some users are claimed an earlier version of this blog mentioned Pokemon NFTs, but the reference was later removed, fueling speculation. So reports emerged claiming Pokemon launched digital souvenirs NFT on the Sui blockchain via Pokemon Home, though these claims lack official confirmation from the Pokemon Company, Nintendo, or Mistin Labs. So a lot of this is a big speculation, okay? It's still speculation, is not fully confirmed. Pokemon Home introduced a new medal collection feature, which some speculate could be linked to blockchain-based collectibles or NFTs, given Parasol's involvement. All right, so the Sui token surged. The Sui token surged significantly with those reports citing an increase of 62 to 72%. So that's just on the Pokemon. This is what it's going to be. I think we are going to see major gaming bull run when these companies like Pokemon and Nintendo and all these brands are going to start jumping on the blockchain train, and it's going to get wild. It is going to get a little wild. What do you guys think? But it looks like Sui could be used for maybe its gaming ecosystem, for the marketplaces, and it is. So posts on X and reports suggest Sui blockchain could be used to enhance the Pokemon Home's cloud infrastructure, enabling secure transfers between compatible games and potentially introducing tradable digital assets. Meaning, just like how Axie Infinity was getting so popular with the Axies were like Pokemon. They were valued at multiple ETHs If you guys remember, the axes that you needed to play Axie Infinity was an NFT that had its own value and evolved and had its own mechanisms. Do you realize that this is what is going to happen with Pokemon? This is the evolution of the brand. It's all evolving in front of our eyes. This is freaking crazy. And people are bearish on crypto whilst this is happening all in the background. This is why I'm opening up Pokemon cards right now on stream. Because I think we could be coming into some pretty crazy territory here soon. And if you guys are wondering why I have a vein popping out of my forehead right now, because my blood is pumping from going to a hot Pilates class with like weights, and it was like 120 degrees in the damn room. So I was like sweating my butt off. So I think I still have like blood pumping like crazy to my head. Don't let anyone make you believe that hot Pilates is just for women, because go to one of those classes with the weights and you'll get rocked, and trying not to think that you're gonna die or throw up or leave out of there, and stay the whole hour and do the whole class, and then come in the chat and tell me your experience. Which NFTs? The Axie Infinities? I don't know. The Axie, I don't even know where you would even. Is it Axe? I don't even. They're probably not. They're not sold. I don't even know where they're sold now. Okay, so are primarily sold on the Axie Infinity. So yeah, you have to buy them on the actual marketplace. And you have to have a Ronin wallet set up. And I've talked about this before, like how the Ronin wallet is also something we can kind of keep on the radar as a ecosystem for whenever the gaming bull run kind of comes back into play. Ronin is used by a lot of game projects. They use the Ronin infrastructure because it's also they have their own token. They have the Ronin token. They have the wallet, but then they also have a chain. So there's a Ronin chain. I believe it's a layer 2, but don't quote me. But that's how this ecosystem kind of works. But you can see some rare Axies like Mystic or Origin NFTs may also appear on secondary marketplaces. So yeah, let's go and see. Let's see what they're going for. Because these things were going for multiple ETH. I mean, they were going for a lot, the thousands of dollars. I mean, it was pretty crazy. Ozzy said, if you go to the class and watch the women, it reduces stress by 99%. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're single too, that's also a great way to show your strength, Can you last and not puke in a hot Pilates class next to all the other sweaty women? It's a good test. Okay, so these Axies now are going for, man, crazy. $2, $14. It's wild to see this because I remember when these were being listed at $1,000, $500. Some people had hundreds of Axies and they were all were worth $500 to $1,000 minimum. It was crazy. I wonder if we can keep asking Grok the question with where'd it go? Okay. What was the highest valued Axie? I mean, just imagine when Pokemon is on chain and they have some cool mechanism where you're transferring Pokemon between each other on chain. I mean, it's kind of same. It's similar minting. It's a similar minting process. It's just digital. And imagine if they have it to where that NFT actually evolves over time because you use it to actually battle inside some new blockchain-based Pokemon game. This is where my brain is going. The highest valued Axie Infinity NFT ever sold was a triple mystic Axie named Sir Gregory. It was a number 2,655, which fetched 369 ETH. That is insane. Approximately $820,000 in July of 2021. Whoa. All right, Ozzy says, cheers. Maybe a buy the dip opportunity. Oh, of the Axies? I mean, hey, possibly, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Can Axies come back? You kind of scoop up some of these rare Axies that people forgot about, and then all of a sudden they start going crazy. But this is crazy. For context, while individual Axies like Sir Gregory have reached high values, the most expensive Axie Infinity NFT transaction overall was a Genesis land plot, which had 9 plots, and it was sold for 888 ETH, around $1.5 million in February of 2021, to an anonymous buyer known as Flying Falcon. This remains the largest single NFT transaction in Axie Infinity's history. That is wild. Excuse me. Man, that is freaking crazy. Yeah, the NFTs were just out of control. And Axie Infinity was one of them, and just think that was kind of the tester of what the potential could be with blockchain gaming once we get actual full retail adoption. And I think Pokemon could be the catalyst to push it, and also Grand Theft Auto. And yeah, it's kind of mainly those two right now. Off the grid as well, Avalanche. We want to forget about that as well. All right. We're getting close to open up the Pokemon packs. All right. All right. So we got 8 people in here. How many people do we have watching total? We got. Okay, cool. We got some people on X. Where are the X people out? You can say something in the chat. By the way, if you're watching on X, you could please come into the conversation. Your chat will pop up on the screen. It'll pop up on the screen right over there. And make sure you are following me at Dano Crypto 904 on X. And if you're wondering about these Bitcoins, all these Bitcoins people are talking about, like, where can you buy them? Well, you can buy them on OURBIT. It's one of the best exchanges in the business right now. And so with my referral code, you can click it right here. You can join OURBIT. You get juicy fat bonuses. And it's fully gamified. There's a DEX. It's great. I actually really like it. I've been having a lot of fun with this exchange. And they have great support, great team. And it just works. I really like it. It respects the orders. It respects the levels. I don't see weird stuff happening on it, so I like it. So let's go live. Boom. All right, 18 people on X. Say yo, 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 yo. You guys have to help me pick which Pokemon pack I'm going to open. We got Surging Sparks, Temporal Forces, or Stellar Crown. What are we going for? We have Surging Sparks, Temporal Forces, or Stellar Crown. What are we doing? Come on, I don't need the chat silence. I don't need silence in the chat. I need you guys blowing the chat up right now. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you just have me in the ear and you're working or something, but right now is the time. I need the chat active. I need it running. I need the chat running right now. Come on, where are my nerds at? Where are my Pokemon nerds at? I know you're out there. Let's go. Come on, let's go. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're going to heat up this coffee. We're going to heat up this coffee, and we are going to open up these packs. Let's put it on the Bitcoin price, and we'll keep it right there for a second. I'm going to go heat up this coffee real quick. I want some hot coffee. Be right back. And we'll just... All right. All right, let's go. Okay, Surging Sparks. All right, we're doing it. Let's go. Surging Sparks, baby. All right, make sure my hands aren't greasy. All right. All right, we'll keep the music going too. Can you guys hear the music? Just let me know. Is the music too loud or is it okay with my voice? All right, we're doing Surging Sparks. All right, cool. So we're gonna leave one of these packs. I think we're gonna leave one of these packs sealed. I think we're probably gonna, I don't know which one we're gonna leave sealed, but yeah, so one of these packs I'm gonna let my daughter open. I think we're gonna, I don't know, we might just open both packs. She was really excited about it, so it'd be fun for her to open 2 packs. So, all right, so we're gonna keep those 2 in the tin. Let's go to, so cheers, guys. Cheers, everyone. Cheers for an FOMC day. Cheers for good trades. Cheers for trading in general. Remember, Pokemon trading is where we learned how to trade when you know, back in the day, you know? That's how you learn how to really trade and learn about value, learn about minting, learn about product. Why something even is given value to begin with. That's why I think I like Pokemon. Oh, there's no music? Oh, maybe I have it like super low. Can you hear it now? Or you just want no music? Is that what you're saying? Or you can't even hear it? It doesn't matter. We don't need music. We're just going to... We're going to take the music off. We don't need music. All right. All right, let's do this. Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks. Remember, we got this tin. You can see the tin's awesome. Inside were 3 packs. We had 3 packs. And there's also were some stickers. Looking good. We'll put these packs back in. Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay. Surging sparks. Do you ever get like a little, like just slightly nervous whenever you're opening up a pack of cards? Yeah, okay, okay, I need some music. Let's get some music. I need some music to not make me feel stressed out here. We need the pump song. Let's get the pump song on. Maybe the pump song is going to get us a wicked pull. Let's go. All right, now we can hear it. Can you hear it now? All right. Let me know, Ozzy. Can you hear the music? God, my hands are like clammy, man. Okay. All right, we're gonna open it now. If I can even get it open. Oh my gosh. They're really sealed, really nice. These suckers are sealed, like, really tough. They usually pinch over, like, a lot easier. I'm trying to be very, very delicate. I might end up just cutting this with some scissors. I might end up just cutting this, like, ever so slightly. Just so I can make sure I don't damage any of the cards, but it is like really tough. Okay. I'm doing a terrible job. I've never done Pokemon openings on stream. Okay, we got it open. Okay. My hands are clammy, guys. What the hell? What is going on? This is so funny. Like, why are my hands clammy? Okay. I haven't opened up a fresh pack of Pokemon cards in a really long time. Okay. Yo! Look at that. We have a Vulpix. Looking good. Wow, my daughter is gonna really like that. So we got a Vulpix. Nice. So we have a Landorus. That's a dope card. All right, we have a Landorus. All right. Basic energy. A Drillbur. Nice. Magnemite. A Slakoth. Nice. All right. Oh, I like this one. It's a nice one. That one's hard to say. It's Oricorio. Oricorio. I really like that. That one's cool. That one's got really nice art. And then we have Ho-Oh. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Okay. We're gonna keep going. Oh, nice. And then we got a Lively Stadium trainer card. Okay, we have one more rare coming up. I like this guy. This guy looks cool. Shinotic. It looks super hypnotic. Look at that. Look at that card. All right. What are we pulling now? Yo, okay. Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele. That's a cool card. All right, look at that. Get Nice. Okay. The Tapu Lele, a Landaros, and a Vulpix. Okay, and I think that's yep, that was it. Okay, cool. Not too bad. All right. So these were the three rares. Now this Landaros is really nice. I like the Landaros. And the Vulpix, my daughter is going to absolutely love. She really likes Vulpix, but her favorite Pokemon is Eevee. And she recently, just yesterday, got a Greninja. Really nice Radiant Greninja. Good. Pretty decent. Not too bad. Not too bad. We'll have to look up the values of those. We'll look up the value of those right now. We'll look up Landaros. We're getting close to the FOMC. We're opening up Pokemon cards. We're blending the most popular things right now. At least in our realm. Pokemon and crypto. Let's go. Okay, the Landeros is going for... Yeah, we do. Ozzy said it's nearly 3 a.m. there and rather be watching with you guys. Feel like we've got our own personalized stream. Yes, we do. This is always a personalized stream, my friends. This is always super personalized. You guys are getting to be in a nice little small community called the Dojo Crew. All right, so this one, the Landeros is priced at, let's see, Hollower, Secret Scarlet, Volting Surge, Surging Sparks. It goes for like 52 cents to $1. And then we'll do the Tapu Lili. Tapu Lili. Okay, the Tapu Lili Reverse Hollow. The Tapu Lili Reverse Hollow is actually going for $1.34, so that's not too bad. And then we got the Reverse Hollow Vulpix. Nice. The Reverse Hollow, and this is going for $1.27, so that's not too bad. So total value of the 3 rares that came in this pack, about $3. You got $1.27 here. You got a dollar so for the Tapu Lili, and the Landeros was like 52 cents to $1. So about average $3.50. Yeah, of course, Ozzy, no problem. That's my pleasure. I'm gonna get one of our favorite little pumps on here, the Back to the Future. Yeah, I'd love to open up another pack, but I have to wait till my daughter gets home. She's like, can I be picked up early so I can open these? It's cute. But we're gonna add these to her book. And then if we get a really, really sweet one, we're gonna make sure it gets immediately put into a nice card protector. But yeah. All right, this was fun. Man, my hands are getting clammy. I almost couldn't open up the pack. I almost couldn't open it up. All right, let's see what Bitcoin and oh my gosh, I got faked. Did I get faked out on ETH? Did I exit out too early? Oh my gosh, yeah, we could, yeah, because I was like, I really wanted to go long ETH. I felt it in my bones. We could get a push. We could get a push to 2K. Get a push to 2K ETH. Fair price Bitcoin 96,700. We got the FOMC meeting happening in an hour. Let's see what happens. How is Sol trading right now? How's Sol looking? 146. Oh, Sol is doing some damage right now. It's kind of Sol is pumping. Markets are pumping right now. We're getting an interesting push. The 10 was 15 bucks. Not too bad, actually. And the 10 has what I said, the 3 packs and then some stickers. Yeah, Sol is pumping right now, man. Oh my gosh, and ETH is pumping. We exited out and we were too busy opening up the Pokemon cards. But we still have our trades open. But we did take those profits. Man, okay. We might just go half split. We might just go, okay, let's get in. We found some support here. We got volume. We could be trading up into this 1845, which means we could do a 2% move on ETH, even just get another 2%. I don't know. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to mark it in. Degeneracy. And then I'm getting more in these particular coins that I had already entered into. Market. We're gonna market. I think we're even just gonna go Bitcoin. Something's happening here. I don't know what's happening, but something's happening, and I like it. So we're going in. Let's go. We will set stop losses just in case things go completely south. We'll set a 20% stop loss. We will set a 20% stop loss. And we will set a 20% stop loss. Okay. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. So I need to get this chat. I need to get the chat like right there and then put it down here. There we go. But I'm super bullish on you guys. Yeah, I think ETH is going to surprise us here. ETH could actually surprise us. We actually might get it. Thanks to everyone who's watching. All right, we're going to get this music off. Bye-bye. Let's go. 24-hour trading volume on the memes. Dogecoin and Pepe going strong. Dogecoin and Pepe going strong. If ETH is doing this right now, if ETH is pumping, then you know what's happening. Pepe's going to pump. Pepe's probably eyeing this. Oh, yeah, it's eyeing some levels here. It's eyeing that top range. And we are... Yeah, I know. That's what it's like. I really, yeah. So it's the pre-pal pump. Yeah, we could be getting a preacher pal pump. Preacher pal pump. And we'll do the same thing here, just in case something goes horribly wrong. We'll protect ourselves. Let's see. I wonder if we even get to the top of this range again. That we, I wonder where we'd be at. Let's see. Not too bad. Not too shabby. That wouldn't be too shabby. And this is on the 4 hour. Okay. It's possible. We get ETH moving. We get an ETH move. Your strong ETH coins are going to make some moves as well. Let's see what happens. It's looking pretty looking pretty juicy. Got a nice little bottoming out on the RSI here. Got some volume coming in. We're going to look at the hour, how the hour has been reacting. Nice wick to scam some people out. MACD, though, I don't like how the MACD looks on the hour. That looks like, I don't like how that looks. I liked how it looked better on the 10-minute. On the 10-minute, it looks great. The chart on the 10-minute looks really fantastic. Oh, I didn't know that happened today. Google just wiped out 160 billion in market cap, I guess, today. That's, whoa. Hold on. That's funny. Ansem said he was going to take ayahuasca, and then this is what Zach XBT posted. Point of view gets you one-shotted by ayahuasca. Point of view gets one-shotted by ayahuasca. That's ridiculous. All right, Stay Calm says he's holding tons of WIF and Brett, Ethereum, and Solana. I'm ready for some pumpage. Yes, let's go. Yeah, my Solana coin that I'd like to accumulate is Zeus. I want to get more Zeus. I want to get more Solana. The coins that I like to accumulate on Ethereum is Pepe, ticker Bitcoin, and XYO. But then also we have, the XYO. They have their own layer 1 now, which is pretty cool, which has its own token, which is the gas token. And then you got Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain's layer 1. It's got its own Pulse. It's got gas. You pay in Pulse Chain. Tokens that are in that ecosystem. You got 4 main tokens. You got Hex, Pulse, X, and Pulse, and Incentive Token. There's a lot of stuff to check out. But that's the stuff that we've been super bullish on. We're trying to find some data here. Okay, 1 p.m. the commercial paper. Where is the paper? Where do you get the commercial paper at? Is this it? Oh my gosh. Did we find it? Well, what in the hell?
Help the Fed.
Ah. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. Dang, this is not helping. Usually Watcher Guru or someone will post something really fast. We'll see what happens. We getting any moves? Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, Zeus on Solana. So I've explained what Zeus is kind of doing there. They're like Bitcoin DeFi. So you can bridge Bitcoin over to Solana, and then you can hold ZPTC and then earn yield and have Bitcoin on chain on Solana while using the Zeus protocol. So then they have a token. So I just think if you're doing anything like that with Bitcoin DeFi and you're getting Bitcoin on chain, it's going to make the token like Solana go up, and it might make also the Zeus protocol go up as well. So it is, I will show you. We'll just go to CoinMarketCap real quick and just type in Zeus, and it's this one, Zeus Network. And you can see the token has Zeus in the front of it right there, the token address. And here is the token address if you want to check it out. You can see whenever Bitcoin was doing really well, you know, this, and also Solana, this thing was doing really well. I mean, it was like bottomed at 21 cents and made it all the way almost to $1. So sitting back at its bottom range, like that is why I'm like, okay, this might be pretty good range of accumulation here on the chart. Is just what I'm seeing. And then I'll pull it up on Trading View, and then you can even see it even better, like where you're like, whoa, not looking too bad, especially when you can compare it to either when Solana was doing good and also when ETH is doing good, and Bitcoin. We'll show you here. We'll just put an ETH on here. Look, if I actually followed ETH, like, whoa. Look at that. Wow. Followed ETH really well. So I'm saying, guys, we need ETH. That's why I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part to be long on ETH. But hopefully it plays out. Hopefully it plays out. Okay. Anything happening? The Vatican has named a new pope. Warren Buffett, I guess. All right. Where do they release that paper? Where's the paper? The commercial paper? Press releases. Okay. I don't know where to look. Just keeping up with the updates here. Next cycle, am I going to chase meme coins? Well, I'm just going to be bullish on the ones that I have always kind of been bullish on. Pepe, ticker Bitcoin, Dogecoin. It's pretty simple. I'm going to keep it real simple over here, and I'm going to be bullish on what I've been bullish on. Dogecoin, ticker Bitcoin, Pepe. And then kind of going down the line, maybe a little bit of Brett. But this is what ultimately I think will be long multi-cycle coins. Pepe, Doge, ticker Bitcoin. So I'm not going to chase anything. But I will. What I do want to acquire is a lot more Bitcoin. That's for sure. Definitely want to acquire a lot more Bitcoin because I don't want to be convinced that Bitcoin is just for the billionaires. And they just buy up and scoop up all the Bitcoin and leave us with none. And we have to buy it at a premium at $1 million per coin. We're not going to let that happen, my friends. Oh, we're not going to let that happen. Oh, guys, we're sore. Oh man, that class definitely kicked my butt. Woo! I did like a hour and 15-minute hot Pilates weight, class. It was like woo! Holy moly! I was like really sweating. All right, come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. Don't dump on us now. Don't dump. We're watching the Coinbase chart right now. We're watching the Coinbase chart. We're on the 10-minute. Next target's 100K, guys. The next target's 100K. 99,000, right under that 100K, there's some resistance. It's there. That's good. That's a good place to be. 25% in memes. Stay Calm says he is 25% memes. Where are you guys at in your portfolio diversification? Are you 50% Bitcoin, 30 like alts, top alts, and then maybe 10%, 20% memes? Are you like 70% Bitcoin? And then what? I would love to know. How have you been allocating your sat stacks and your altcoin bags? Because it's funny, we stack sats, but your altcoins are bags. Did you ever realize that? Did you ever realize that you don't pack your Bitcoin bags? You stack sats. You stack them. Your bags are your altcoins because you go on a trip, you pack your bags. The trip is over, you unpack them. That's why they're called bags, baby. And so you stack the sats and you pack your bags for the alts, and you might have to unpack some of it when we get to the massive euphoria portion where everyone's talking about crypto and asking you what you need to buy. You're like, I don't know. I don't know. And then as the moment that they said that, you already had your phone up like this and you were like, sell. So let's see what happens. Okay, are we getting notifications finally? Shout out to Ozzy for representing. So another awesome stream. We opened up some Pokemon cards for nostalgia. Let's go. nothing released yet. All right, 50% BTC, 25% ETH, 25% memes. Okay. Alex Becker said, you can miscall alt season 364 days in a row, but as long as you consistently buy fear lows before it happens, you'll be made spaceship rich on day 365 when you are right. This is the most retard-proof epic trade in history, and most still don't see it. Yeah. Peer-to-peer electronic. Yeah, go crypto teach. The Bitcoin is not an investment, a store of value, a commodity, or JPEG storing system. It is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. You tell them, girl. Crypto said he feels like longing altcoins soon. Shout out to Crypto. Getting those gains by the water. All right. Anything developing. Man, it's taking forever. I want the, it's like, come on, guys. Let's get the show on the road. All right, but we're going to have to end it because we're so hungry. We are so hungry, and this is taking forever. But look, we told you guys kind of where we could be headed. We have some obvious resistance points coming up at these levels right here and here. I think if we can push through, we're going to be flying to 98, 99, just kind of pumping, and then the rest of the coins are going to follow suit. And the trades are going to look pretty good. But, yep, FOMC meeting happening 2 o'clock, so coming up very soon, so just get ready for that. And hope you liked the Pokemon opening. That was fun. We might do that more often. It's fun. We love getting back into this again. It's been really cool to experience this, also with my daughter. It's a really cool bonding, opportunity for us, and it's just really fun. It's just been really cool. And it's cute seeing how she's excited to trade, or, just kind of learning the lay of the land when it comes to the landscape of Pokemon right now. So it's really cool. So it's fun to be part of. So shout out to all the Pokemon peeps. Pray for rate cuts. And yeah, we'll see you on the next stream. Maybe we'll stream later tonight. What do you think? We stream later tonight, and then we play some games, play some crypto games. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. But let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. God bless everyone, you and your families. Thank you for tuning in to this live stream on this fine Wednesday or middle of the week. Let's see where this decision comes into play with the stock market, with Bitcoin, and how we're going to trade into the rest of into this week. Hopefully it's bullish. We all hope it's bullish. We don't want to be too bearish, but we have to kind of see the charts for what it is. If things start looking bad, that's a perfect time to kind of reassess where we're at right now. So, but if things are looking good, then hey, I'm for it. And we can go buff Doge on the market, long our longs, and hopefully we get some good news with some tariff and Trump negotiations with these countries. And, we can actually really start winning, guys. We can start winning. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.